Now this video is a video I've been wanting to make for quite some time. I haven't really known the best way to go about it. I wrote out a script, but when I use the script it sounds scripted. Does that make sense? And when I cuff it, I tend to go off on a bit of a tangent. Bear with me, please. Well, g'day everybody and welcome to the bunker. Today I want to have a conversation with you. I want to have a conversation with you about mental health. Yeah, so blokes, they keep a lot of shit bottled up inside them. They don't like to let on that they're not travelling okay because they think that's what they're supposed to do. They think it's their duty as a man, as a father, as a husband to just keep on keeping on and not tell anybody about their problems. Well, I was that man. I did that. I did that for years. I did that for a long, long time. Now you might be wondering why I think I'm qualified to talk to you about mental health. Well, I don't have any formal qualifications. And I've done all the same mental health training as everybody else in the workplace. But what I do have is lived experience, and I'm sure many of you do too. What I want to do is use my lived experience as an example to you blokes to go out there and get some help. Alright, now that I've got all that stuff out the way, I might as well just get started. So, I was raised in a home where domestic violence, bullying and alcohol abuse were almost a daily event. Now I'm not talking about just the odd shouting match. I'm talking about actual physical violence, assaults. On me, on my brother, and on my mum. So at 16 years of age I left home and joined the army. And I was a soldier for the next 22 years. And I loved the army. I will admit, some of the best years of my life and some of the worst. But it gave me all those things in my life that I'd missed out as a younger bloke. After 22 years and at the age of 37, I left the army and became a first responder in Victoria. I became a frontline police member of Victoria Police and I did that job for about 20 years. I spent maybe 2/3 of my time as a general duties policeman, and the rest of the time I was in the highway patrol. After a few years, the cracks started to show. My wife Donna noticed them, and she said, "Brian, I think you need some help. Can you go and get some help, please? Because you're unbearable." And I didn't. I just ignored her. I began to notice a lot of things in myself that had been raised in these mental health awareness presentations. The anger, the fatigue, the nightmares, the sleeplessness, the isolation, the loneliness. But still, I chose to ignore it. Because I thought I could beat it. I thought I was a big enough man to beat it. And I thought, as well, that that's what was expected of me. I thought, because I'm a bloke and a policeman, people don't expect me to be affected this way. So I'll just keep my mouth closed, which was a mistake. So I kept on keeping on until June 2019. And in June 2019, I came home after a long day at a crime scene where I'd been a crime scene guard on a fairly significant crime scene. And Donna just said something to me. I don't even remember what she said, but I exploded. And I had a very violent and destructive meltdown. And it was at that point Donna gave me an ultimatum. She said, "Brian," she said, "I love you, but I can't live with this anymore. And if you don't get some help, I'm going to leave you." We'd been married for 35 years at that point. I made a promise to Donna that night. I said, "Donna, I will go and see my supervisor, Cameron, in the morning and see what we can do." Again, with good grace, Donna said, "No worries." I spent the rest of the night with no sleep and quietly shitting myself about what was to come next. Anyway, I went and spoke to Cameron, my boss, the next morning. And before I could finish my first sentence, I broke down in tears. But that day I broke down in my boss's office was the first day on a long road to recovery. And that was just over 4 years ago now. Now I'm still on that road to recovery. I'm still getting psychological and psychiatric help. I was put in touch with the psychological trauma recovery service down at the Austin Hospital in Heidelberg. Some of you might know where Ward 17 is. Well, that's that place. And they were brilliant. Some of the best humans I've ever met in my life. I can't speak highly enough of them. And there are others, of course there are others. But they're the ones that had the most impact. Now, I know that was a personal story, but I think there'll be a lot of you out there that have a very similar story. So what's the point of this video? Well, the point is that I want to get the message across to you guys out there that it's not okay to keep things bottled up inside you. Keeping that stuff bottled up inside you will eat away at you. It destroy the person who you are, or the person who you were, or the person that you want to be. It prevents you from being a father or a husband, a good friend. It will destroy you. It nearly destroyed me. If Donna hadn't given me that ultimatum that night, I would have kept on going the way I was going, and I probably wouldn't be here to talk to you today. And I'm genuine when I say that. So I hope you don't mind me using a personal example to illustrate my point. So what are you waiting for? You're going to be like me, ashamed, scared. Scared that finally I'd have to admit to myself that I needed help and then go and get that help. Is that what you're waiting for? Is that why you're not doing anything now? It's okay. It's okay to be scared. But it's not okay to keep this stuff bottled up inside you until it eats you from the inside out. It's not okay to subject your friends and families to this. But there's help there. But you've got to go get it. They're not going to tie you down and give you the help. You have to ask for help. You watching this video. Is it hard? Yes. Will you feel like shit? Yes. Is it worth it? Yes. Will it help you? Yes. Will you get better? Yes, you will. So what are you waiting for? Why don't you just get started? Now, if you have any questions or anything you want to say in relation to this video, good or bad, leave it down in the comments and I'll read it. And I will try and give you some kind of a reply. I want to thank Mark Dana for letting me use his phrase, just get started. Oh, it's a cracker, and it's so appropriate in this instance. Anyway, that's it for now. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.